friends, this is Hedda. Welcome back to my channel. Today I am putting together a letter for my pen pal May, who you might know as Maiden Manila here on YouTube. As usual, I am filming this in a cafe, and here is my little creative workstation for today. Before we get into the letter, please consider subscribing to my channel because it really helps me out as an artist and creative content creator, and it also means that you won't miss any of my future videos, giveaways, or shop updates. For this letter, I chose a cream colored envelope because I wanted something neutral so the decoration could really shine. Since it's this time of year, I wanted to make a letter themed loosely around Chinese New Year and the Year of the Tiger. I don't have much stationery that is tiger themed, but I have some beautiful washi tape from the washi tape shop that I think can give this letter some tiger magic. I will link most of the stationery that I am using here in the description box below, so you can check them out if you're interested, and I'll also mention a few of them along the way as well. The Year of the Tiger washi tapes are mostly red, but since I don't have that much red stationery, I am mixing in some brown, peach, and orange, since these are all kind of colors in the same range. I am starting with the envelope and I am decorating it from the middle this time, which means I put a large piece of grid craft paper tape from Stationery Pal in the middle of the envelope, and then I'm placing stickers and ephemera around the edges of it. May's address will go in the middle of the craft paper, and I used Jordan's label printer to print her address on a white label this time, so the contrast will make it easy to read the address, and you'll see what I mean in a little bit. You can see me testing out different pieces of ephemera and stickers and then gluing stuff down as I decided on the placement. I ended up filling most of the envelope with decorations, but I built it from the inside and then out toward the edges, rather than from edge to edge, if that makes sense. If it doesn't make sense, take a look at my summer butterfly themed pen pal letter video from July 2021, because that's a great example of an edge to edge design. Also, that video makes me miss summer so much, so if you need some summer inspiration, then that's a good video. These are all terms that I'm coming up with as I go, by the way, edge to edge and stuff like that, so yeah, not real terms. Well, they are now because I made them. Here you can see the little label that I printed. I covered it up with washi tape so that I could place it on the envelope and then put some stickers above it to make it blend better together, and this way you can't see the address, so I'm not doxing May. I also have a similar label that would go on the back of the envelope with my name and address on it, so that if the letter should get lost in the mail, it will hopefully be returned to me. Since I had some international stamps on hand, I put them on the envelope immediately just so I wouldn't put any more stickers where the stamps needed to go. I don't really like the American international stamps because there's only 2 designs and they're round. I would prefer the normal rectangular ones, but considering the stamps are so cheap here compared to what I pay to send letters from Norway, I won't complain. I used some plant stickers from Sapling Stickers to add something extra to the design, and they fit in really well because they have kind of warm green and terracotta colors. I'm not super happy with my hand lettering here, but I tried making it look a bit nicer by outlining parts of it with my deep red Zebra Sarasa gel pen that I got from Stationery Pal, and then using a white jelly roll to give the letter some highlights. Filming pen pal videos is always my most chaotic process because I usually have no idea what I'll end up doing beforehand. Normally, I will only bring with me the stationery that I know I'll need when I go to cafes to film videos, but this time I brought almost all of it and probably completely freaked out the baristas. But I will say I got some approving smiles and nods from other cafe guests while I spent 2 hours making this, and even some excited exclaims. So the response was definitely positive. On the back of the envelope, I am doing a smaller, simpler collage along the bottom, and then my return address label will go on the flap so that it's easily visible. I just used a grid sticky note from Stationery Pal, Year of the Tiger washi tape from the washi tape shop, and these beautiful hand stickers from Olinka Studio. This envelope is really big, so it was nice to use all the space in the back to decorate a little bit more, and it's also fun to try new things with my envelopes. I used some of the stamps from the Notebook Therapy Lucky Bag and a brown ink pad. And speaking of ink pads, you guys really came through and gave me some great ink pad recommendations after I asked for help. So now I have these VersaFine mini stamp pads. They're so much better than the crappy ink pad that I got at Michael's, seriously. Okay, so you might be wondering why I have these enormous gift tags. Well, the story behind these is that I was buying some gift tags before Christmas, but me being Norwegian, I can't see a number of inches and immediately know if that's a lot or not. So when I ordered these online, I expected a reasonably sized set of gift tags, but no, I got the Texas sized ones. These are the biggest gift tags I have ever seen. Anyway, this means that May will get a ton of washi tape because I can fit so many different ones on these cards. I really went overboard with my washi tape extras this time, so I really hope that she doesn't have any of these already. I fit all of the peach colored washi tapes from the Notebook Therapy Core collection on one gift tag, and then on the other gift tag I put the washi tapes from the Lucky Charm collection because these are really fun to give away since they can't be purchased anymore. I also fit a washi tape from Paper Minty Studio on it, which I don't think that May has already. Making washi samples isn't the most entertaining thing to do, but I did have fun with this gigantic gift tag situation. I still have many more of them, so I guess I'll be using them all winter. I recently got some blank Tomoe River paper that I am planning to use for my letters from now on, and May's letter is the first letter with this new paper. I wrote my letter to her the day before I filmed this because I wanted to have a peaceful environment and focus 100% on my letter to her because it is very personal. Since I never filmed the actual letter anyway, I figured it would be fine to just show the folded finished letter here, and then May can enjoy her letter in peace when she receives it. One thing that's very frustrating about not having a designated workstation at home and having to bring stuff out with me is that if I forget something, I can't just get up and get it from a different room. And this day I forgot to bring scissors. Now scissors are kind of essential when working so much with paper, so I was kicking myself a bit for forgetting, but at least I had my X-Acto knife and I made do with that. I wanted to use the blank craft card that I got from Stationery Pal and make some pockets attached to that, which I could then fill with some gifts for May and of course the letter. I decided to make one pocket on one side and two pockets on the other, and to make the pockets I folded and cut some pieces of scrapbooking paper and vellum paper to fit the card, and I used my roller tape glue to attach them to the card. This is a super simple way to make pockets, and as long as you attach them properly you can fit lots of contents in them. I always cut a diagonal line across the corners so that the flaps won't overlap, since we want as little bulkiness as possible. Since my envelope is so big, I could have made a bigger pocket thingy for the inside, but this was the card that I had, so that's what I went with. I like to make the pockets kind of shallow, so of course I want to layer them, so I want the top pocket to be visible, but I don't want it to cover up all of the contents. So I make the pockets shallow so that the gifts can kind of poke out the top of the pocket. And since I'm using a vellum paper for the bottom pocket as well, you can see what's in there just by looking at it. So I think that this is a fun way to present everything that is in the Penpal letter, all the gifts and extras that you want to include. If you do that, I know not everyone does, and you absolutely don't have to include a bunch of extras when making Penpal letters. I cannot stress enough that it is the letter that is the most important part. But I know some people think that they have to have all this beautiful stationery to be able to make a Penpal letter, but that's simply not the case. For the single pocket on the other side, I just grabbed a leftover piece of paper that was ripped kind of awkwardly, and I folded and cut it to fit the card. Another thing I like to do is decorate the pockets and sometimes even write on them to show what's in them. Since the pockets weren't looking very Lunar New Year's-y and kind of more vintage and muted, in a way. I used some Year of the Tiger washi tape to give it some color, and then I supplemented that with some other stickers and ephemera. I wrote letter on the single pocket, and my folded letter fit really well into the pocket. Well, it fit, but it's kind of poking out a little bit at the top, but it's okay. It's just part of the charm. Nothing is perfect, and I'm intentionally not making anything here symmetrical or straight or neat, just blissfully messy. It also helps that I have to cut everything with an X-Acto knife, so it's kind of jagged and strange. I know that I already prepared a massive amount of washi tape on the gift tags, but I really wanted to include the Year of the Tiger washi tapes for May as well. But a lot of the washi tape from the washi tape shop actually comes on a roll with backing paper, which means the tape isn't attached to itself on the roll. It makes it very hard to make washi samples with it, but it also means that the tape is very strong. So what I did instead is I cut 3 long strips of each tape. I folded them and then I placed them in one of the pockets. I made sure to cut them along that line that you see on many washi tapes that kind of show where the design ends and begins, so that each strip has the complete washi tape design on them. I included all 5 of the washi tapes from the Year of the Tiger set, and also an extra tiger washi tape from a different set. And then comes the most fun part about making a pen pal letter, for me at least, and that is just filling the pockets with lots of little gifts. I chose a lot of different types of ephemera and stickers here. I tried to stay within the color scheme of like red and browns and kind of peach colors, and I think I put together a very varied and nice collection of stuff. So I hope that May will like this, and I hope that she doesn't have any of this from before. You never know. I know that she has a lot of stationery. I also know that she has a lot of pen pals, but hopefully at least some of this is new for her. I think it looks wonderfully stuffed with stationery at this point, and I didn't want to stuff it too full because there's always a risk of the pockets of the envelope bursting. At least I won't have to worry so much about the envelope this time since it's a lot bigger than the card, so there's lots of room in there. The very last thing that I am adding to this letter before calling it good is 3 small pieces of paper. One of them will have my answers to the questions that May asked me in her last letter to me, and one will have some new questions from me to her. I also made one that has a little list of things that I've been enjoying lately, like music, movies, books, or specific foods or activities. I think that this is a nice thing to include, and it's kind of a combination of a playlist and a list of favorite books or movies. So I'm just decorating these pieces lightly to make them fit the overall theme, and then I am writing with my red zebra Sarasa gel pen so that I, stay on theme for this letter. I don't think I've used anything black in this, so that's pretty cool. I seem to like using colors lately. Asking your pen pal questions is a very good way to get to know them better. Of course, I also ask questions in the main letter, but that's kind of more related to whatever we are talking about. So these are just kind of extra questions that I have for May. And then all that's left to do is to clean up the mess that I made, and I'm proud to say that it wasn't too bad, and the waste was under control and in my pocket during the entire time, so I'm pretty proud of that. But yeah, this is the finished letter and the envelope. I think it turned out super cute. I hope that May will like it as well. And that's all I wanted to show you today. I hope that you liked the video, and thank you so much for watching. A quick announcement before you leave though, I will be back in Oslo in February, which means that I'll be able to check on my PO box. So if you've been wanting to send me something, now is the time. I've put my PO box address in the description box for you. It's the same as before. Please keep in mind that I cannot promise to reply to everyone who sends me a letter, but I will do my best. Please include your Instagram handle or email in the letter so that I know who you are. And with that, I hope that you're all having a lovely day, and I'll see you next time. Bye!